Capricorn, this is your tarot reading for the month of May. So the way I like to do these is I start off with doing a vision that I got during my meditation time for you, and then tarot cards and oracle cards then as guided. As far as the vision for you, this is a second shoe or footwear one, but not for you, but one of the other signs I did. Just last one I did was that way. But it was a different message, I believe. But it was basically, it's not that you're putting them on, but it's kind of like those, those like slipper sock things. So they're like slippers, but they're like so sockish that like, I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like ballet flats, but they're like socky and they're like slippers. So it's like you're sitting at your bed, like about to get up, and you have those on, and then you get up, and it's just that feeling of you have the comfort of those, but then like it's also, you're not all the way there yet as far as feeling like you're fully dressed or feeling like you're protected in that way. Also with that, there was, so it's like this like in-between stage where it's like, not necessarily stage, but where you're at a point where you want that comfort and you want that like breezy feel, but then that's not that versatile. And there's also this worry, I know this isn't necessarily realistic with them in real life, but there's this worry that like, that if they get caught on something, they're just gonna get like pulled off of you. Almost like it's like a sock, although, so, or torn, or not torn, but like pulled off and like maybe like get a hole in them or something. I don't know. There's just this feeling that like they're not that durable and they're not for all the time. As far as symbolically what that could mean, I mean, yeah, you're in a place, you've been comfortable, you've been trying to seek comfort in the places that you've been in, but you're also trying to get up and get work done. You're trying to start like going into stuff, doing stuff, taking care of things. Yet some of you are really wanting, I feel like we haven't gotten into the reading yet per se, so I can't say this for all of you, but there's some of you that are wanting, like say in relationships type thing, you're wanting the same comfort that you had in the past and stuff into future things, current things. And this could apply to all sorts of subjects. Like I said, we haven't done the reading yet. But I believe there are a group of you that need to hear that's kind of what you've been doing, is just trying to take this comfort to a different place, or not to a different place, but on your way during your tasks, in your next phase in life. And there's this worry of like, is this really going to work? Is this going to get pulled off? Is this not appropriate for this new phase? So, but again, this, like I said, I think some people need to hear it for relationships because it kind of fit with a relationship one I did for you guys, I think last month or the month before. There was some message in there. But this reading could be totally different now, and it could be in all sorts of different subjects. But regardless, you're taking past comfort stuff and trying to bring it into the present, or, this new phase. And this is the deck I'm using, Traditional Manga Tarot. I think I use this deck for you guys a lot. Usually, I've used this deck for you guys and Aries a lot. I believe as well, like other signs as well, but yeah. So, Spirit, God, Universe, what message do you have for Capricorn in regards to the message and the vision so far for the month of May? Messages for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to hear for the month of May? do 4 cards. And I don't do reversals. So if they come out like that, turn them over. Just in case you guys can't see that totally right. I'll tell you too, this is the Magician, Hermit card, Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Tower. I'm seeing similarities with a different sign, but it was for last month, but I don't believe, I'm just trying to see like what I see right now. You know what? Hold on, I'm gonna do something. I usually have a marker here to show me what's in camera and what's not. This time I don't. Not a marker, but something that marks a spot. I just feel like there's something with this. I mean, I know, okay, so the Magician generally has everything at their disposal as far as like their tools and, you know, what they need to use. And it's just a matter of making the decision or taking that step and just doing it and using them. Hermit is generally surveying things, sometimes also inward, and, you know, taking a moment to rest and regain perspective. A lot of times it is like intuitive perspective, you know, listening to themselves, delving in, but it's kind of looking also at the past and the future and deciding where to go from there, but taking that time to rest first. And delve inward. Nine of Pentacles is like kind of a vacation time, but it's not necessarily a vacation. I feel like maybe this may be a vacation, actual vacation card for some of you guys, and I can go further into that if it is. But in general, though, it's that element of needing to, it's the phase where you actually are at a place that you've worked on something and you've gotten to a point to where you can actually take a break, and it's not going to just like fall over on itself, and it's gonna, you know, keep going. So you've built something up, say like a business situation, because Pentacles is a lot of times business, financial, material, things like that. So yeah, it's kind of in general like taking that time out for yourself, but also that concept of being in that place to be able to do that. So, you know, where things aren't just falling, which is funny though, because I say all aren't falling, but then there's the Tower here, which is generally the end of a season, so that, you know, a new cycle, new phase can come through. I really see that in this. Normally, the character here is upside down, everything, and it really is. But when I look at this card right now in this reading, there's less focus on that, and it almost looks like smoke coming through, and it's more so like the building. So I don't feel like there's as much emotional, personal tie to this, at least not yet, or for some of you, depending on how the reading goes. But it's the end of a phase. Part of you guys, it may also be the situation, just like the vision, where it may not be the end necessarily emotionally. You're not taking it as the end, because the slippers from the, you know, from one phase, one comfortable slippers, whatever, you're trying to take into the rest of it, which the slippers are, I mean, house slippers, that's what house slippers are. However, the whole time you're questioning it. So if you're going to wear them, questioning them the whole time, you're not actually going to get the comfort that's supposed to come from them, if that makes sense. So you're better off just wearing shoes that you're not going to question the whole time and you're going to relax in, than slippers that you're supposed to relax in, but you're too busy questioning and not able to allow yourself to relax. So some of you guys, the reason you're not in that emotional upheaval that can come from a Tower situation is because you're kind of in denial that it's ended, or you're trying to take the comfort things from that and go to the next season. And you're not really seeing it as an end. You're literally just seeing it as, like, some of you guys are just seeing it as just a cycle, just going through. Yeah, because you have everything, then you're taking this time out to do this, and then you're like, okay, if this happens, this happens. Yeah, okay, this feels very linear to me. So yeah, it's like you have what you have. Like, okay, I can do what I want. I know what I have. I know what I'm working with. But then it's like, it's almost like I feel like you're kind of in this spirit of, I can afford. Some of you are like, this is a together card. Not together meaning with somebody necessarily, but together, like this is the energy put together. Like these two energies you're going between. And some of you, it's this and then it moves on to this. So, but it's this rest of like, I can handle this. I can handle this because I got everything. I know what I'm working with. So now let me go ahead and take a step back just so I know for sure I'm going to make the right decision, because I have so much power here. Like, that's what I feel like. I feel like a lot of you guys are looking at this and like, I have a lot of power. Like, I have everything I can use in this situation. I have all these tools in front of me. Let me just make the right choice. So you've kind of been like sitting out and like, in some ways, sometimes this might seem a little bit uncommunicative to some people. So you're doing this in the heart of, okay, I need to take a step back and I want to make sure I'm making the right decisions and everything. But for some people, that's looking for some of you with you, or for some of you, some people are seeing this around you, there we go, as uncommunicative, as you're not, I want to say party pooper. It's not what I'm trying to say, but that's words coming out. So it's almost like, okay, come on, really? You're doing this again? You need a break again? You need to take a time out again? Like, come on, you already have everything. You can make your decision. Just come on, let's do it already. You know, so some of you might feel that pressure, or some of you might not necessarily feel that pressure, but be getting that pressure towards you, that people are doing that. And you're just kind of in here, you're like, you know what? I can handle it. I've built up enough. I've worked on things enough. I can handle it. I can take a break. And if things fall, they're going to fall. It doesn't matter. I'm not emotionally tied. I'm not emotionally connected. And I'm prepared. I'm going to take these comfortable, whatever, slippers to the next phase. And while, yes, you can do that, like I said, it's better off you just wear regular shoes or wear the things that are, you know, you need to check in with yourself. If you're doing something that is meant for the phase you're in, yet the whole time you're questioning, there might be some other steps first before you start doing that action, if that makes sense. Like, there might be some other steps to ease you into it so that you're not taking a vacation and the whole time not allowing yourself to enjoy the vacation because you're too busy thinking everything's going to go crazy, or, you know, the slipper's going to get torn, or something's going to happen. Like it's almost like not too good to be true, but you're like, really, is this really going to work? Like, I thought this is only for my bed. I know that's not what you really think, but you know, that's the thing. I feel like you're questioning the comfort of these slippers. I hope that resonates so far. Let's see. I don't usually show the bottom card, but let's do this. So, bottom card. So as far as what this is all talking about, yeah, temperance, there you go. Temperance is like alchemy. It's like, you know, putting together different things that might not look like they match and creating something new. So it's like you have a new phase coming. You're coming to something new, but you're looking at things like, maybe this doesn't match up. Like, does this slippers really go? Like, they're supposed to be okay for this season for, you know, house slippers. But is this really going to work? And like I said, if you're questioning it, you're not going to be able to make it work. Not because it actually isn't supposed to, but because you're not ready, because you're in a state of questioning things that you have to take some time. You have to take the steps with that. But it doesn't seem like, I'm trying to think. I mean, it doesn't really seem like, I don't feel like this is a bad place for you guys. You guys have been in some crazy places these last couple of readings I've done for you. In yourselves, and it seems like you actually, like, you know what you've got now. You know what you're working with, and you're allowing yourself. I really feel like a lot of you are allowing yourself this time to, this isn't about healing necessarily. I mean, the Hermit could be a little bit, but I really feel like some of you are taking this time to heal as well. And you're taking this vacation to love on yourself, to take care of yourself, to know that you already have it all. And for those of you that this is like how you've been operating in relationships, or the the other readings I did were relationship wise, kind of, some of them. For you guys last few months, you're not really trying to get from outside of yourself anymore. You're deciding that you can rely on yourself. So even if you are, have prospects and you're dating and all that, you value yourself a lot more in your connections. You understand, what you can allow yourself, what you can give yourself, what you need. I mean, you're literally trying to walk around. You're trying to be comfortable in the house, in the slippers. And it's a phase. And sometimes, I say, it may be uneasy. Some of you need to hear the whole thing that, okay, if you're going to be questioning it the whole time and not actually allowing yourself to be comfortable, then you're not ready as far as the slippers go. Some of you guys, though, do need to hear that this is just natural. You haven't been in the house with slippers before. These are new slippers. You're just used to the bed being the only place that's allowed to be comfortable. So some of you need to hear that it's going to take some getting used to this comfort in the house. And you might question the slippers and you might question this, but the more you use them, the more you learn to trust in this phase and in treating this phase this way. So a lot of it too is about, like I said, you need to trust, but also it's a matter of really, I feel like for some of you guys, knowing that it's not, that you don't need to beat yourself up in that. If you don't feel comfortable in a state that you're supposed to be comfortable in, but it's because you've never been allowed to be comfortable in it, or it's a new state for you, new phase, that's okay. You just have to have grace with yourself. Be easy on yourself in that. You guys are really, I feel like, really kind of taking care of yourselves, or at least moving towards that energy. So really, it's a matter of being honest with yourself as to what you're doing. If you're questioning the slippers, if you're second guessing this comfort that you're trying to take from past phases, but also then deciding, okay, you're the magician, you have this information now. Now, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to choose to say, okay, I'm not ready for these slippers, but I am ready to start working towards this. So what can I do to ease into these slippers? Or are you going to say, you know what, it's okay. I'm going to push through this and I'm just going to focus on trusting and allowing the universe, allowing Spirit, God, universe to show me that I'm safe in this and that these slippers will work for this. And then everything will be good. It's just a matter of surveying the situation to remember that you already have the tools and just see things for what they are. I hope that's resonating so far. Let's see. And then I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle. It's funny, the Hermit is like 9 and the 9 of Pentacles. So, just looking at differences. So this is, like I said, the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see. I'm going to keep them out just in case. Spirit, God, universe, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the month of May as far as what they need to hear, especially in regards to the visions and the message, or vision and the message so far? What does Capricorn need to hear for the month of May? Okay, some of you guys, see this here, this is, some of you guys, this is a cycle completing. Once this tower is down, it's a cycle completing, but you're in a really good place about everything. seeing these cards and seeing stuff. Originally too, this is very like parallel to me, this sword and then the stick there and that. Like there's a lot of stability in this. When you've gone into this mode, you, right now at least, or at least this energy coming in, it's in a stable place. Yeah, you have the stability to look at your situation, your circumstance, like I said, and feeling that way about the slippers and feeling that way about this new phase, and to actually see things clearly and to make the right choices, or to be kind to yourself and make choices in regards to your growth and what you can and can't handle at this stage. But literally loving yourself and believing in yourself still. Like going easy on yourself in that sense. He's like, there was no room. Okay, let's just go ahead. Community, yeah. So what's funny is I feel like, yeah, okay. So see how there's like the parallel of the colors right here and then the colors right here. So it's almost like there's just a similarity there. I know it's not the exact same, but it just feels like that. And it's like the same light that's shining on you in this moment. It feels like it is really divine. It is like divine sent, but also not just that. Community is like a combination of different strengths and weaknesses, and all together we, create this machine, and we work together and everything. So I really feel like some of you guys are coming to this place in yourself of seeing like all these different stages and phases you've been in. And like I said, instead of being like, oh, well, I can't do this here, or being hard on yourself, like understanding there's a strength in every place, all these different stages, whether they were easy, hard, or whatever it is that you've been through, there's a strength in that. There's a strength in that space. There's a strength, there's a peace in that space of taking that for yourself, but also allowing those phases in yourself. I'm trying to think. I feel like that was a similar message in a different reading. But I don't know if it was one of my pickup piles or one of the zodiac ones, so I can't really say anything for sure. But yeah, there's a lot here, and it's a community coming together. It's all these parts of yourself, all these phases, all these times coming together and just working together, and you loving each part and trusting that there's a time for everything. And just because you're here and you're not here, or you're here, like having it knocked down and new coming, or here and not here, it doesn't matter. It's all working together for good. Like this is all divinely connected. I feel like, let me see, for those of you, there may be, I'm trying to see if I see this as multiple people. There may be a small amount of you, a small group of you, where this is a relationship situation. This is this is you, and this is the other person, or this is you and this is the other person. This person is operating, coming out with this, with like this in the background though, of like, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm working on that. And so it's like, they might be showing that on the outside, but inside they're really surveying stuff. See how like he's peeking out? So it's like really behind all that is like still doing that. So, but inside, this is where they want to be. They want to be able to take that break. They want to not have to deal with everything themselves. Like, I'm not saying that that's what they're doing or that's what you're doing, but that's what it feels like sometimes. And so when you've done this, for those of you that are in a relationship situation, when you've done this relationship or prospective relationship, just a connection with another person, when you've done this, you've wished you were here. You've wished you could go in and do this instead. You've wished you could really survey things and not be expected to pull out the gun so quickly. I just feel like saying it that way. I don't know, like, if some of you guys need to hear it that way. I don't know. But, you know, you've wished you had the time or you had the peace to be able to feel like the decisions you made were correct. And these could be correct decisions, but you just felt like you wished you'd either been given that or given yourself that, because you were usually here, you or the other person. Like I said, energies can be vice versa, flipped, whatever. Then this person, it's like, this is what they're showing as like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like, this is, let's just finish this. I feel like for those of you that this is a full person, other person, this is what's being shown on the outside, but it's like a wreck. Yeah, it's like a wrecking mentality. It's like I almost want to see it like as almost like a phallic card where it's like, you know, explosion, but it's also kind of like, oh, well, screw it. Like, who cares what happens? It's like, it's an explosion, but it's like, it doesn't matter what we lose in it. It doesn't matter what gets lost in it. Like, it's kind of like, almost like the, with the devil card where it's like, you know, you're going to have your fun. You're going to do what you want. And it's like, that's kind of what the person, it's like they feel like they've deserved a break and they want to break and, you know, they want this state. So this is what they've always wanted. And this is kind of where they're at of like, well, you know what, who cares? I'm just going to do whatever, you know, see whatever happens. It doesn't matter. I deserve this time. This is me time. So it's like, you've kind of been working together, but either way, you're in this together, but this is the only one facing. Like, this other person might be actually facing direction, but not eyes wise. So there's not the connection. This person. But what they're seeing is like this energy, and then this is what comes out. So all together is like this chaos and like, you know, I'm going to do what I want to do. And this is what needs to get done. We're doing this now. And like this whole energy, and like, this is really what's in, is both just want to break. And some of you, that can be in a romantic sense where both want a break, and maybe one person is kind of holding on a little bit more, but one's going away. Like this one, the one that's, you know, with the magician, the one that's about, you know, I know what I have in front of me. I'm going to do this, you know, get things done, you know, do that, is kind of like veering towards that energy and away from the other person. For those of you that this is a relationship situation. And in that situation, again, it's all the different colors are all together. So you can't, you know, I feel like sometimes when you're this person, this person sometimes might see this, or this energy of this person might see this and be like, you know what, why do they always feel like they have to take over? Why do they have to do everything? You know, let's just take a break. Let's just, you know, enjoy the moment for a second. Let's just, you know, take some time, or take a break literally from each other. And but so it's like this matter of like, one side's always like has been judging the other. So I feel like this is really saying like, understand that you guys are a unit together when you work together, and it may or may not always work out together like all the same, but everything is, you know, everything is going the way it's supposed to go. If things crash and burn, if things, you know, happen all that way, everything's meant to happen, whatever's supposed to happen. Just, again, be mindful of what's happening. Understand the underneath workings. Understand the desires that may be being ignored and what's actually coming to the surface. And just see things for what they are. Yeah, because for those people that it's like that, it's you might be like two people that don't seem like you're working together too much. And I mean, maybe this is a situation where it's the end and it's time for a new cycle, you know, time for cleansing and renewing of yourself. But it's not necessarily that. It's regardless, no matter what the case is, you have to see everything for what it is. And you can't judge the other person, because as soon as you start judging the other person, focusing on this, then you start, or not this, but focusing on this, or even judging yourself, focusing like that, you start losing the whole picture, and the energy in general goes negative in that. And you know, get off that path of growth of wherever this is going. Because again, like I said, some of you, this is on its way out. But even so, even if it is, that's part of the path. The path is people being true to themselves, people seeing what they're doing, and, you know, things happening, what's weak, what's supposed to be breaking on its own when left alone is supposed to break. What's supposed to stay still, stay up and strong, is supposed to stay that way. And it'll happen if you just let things be. I really feel like this one is literally about saying, like, it's all guided. Like, see how the butterflies like fly, like they know how to go, where to go. And I know it's not like going in the same path, but I really feel like it's a matter of like they're following each other. So it's like it's instinct. Everything is divine, is divinely guided. It's not a matter of like, am I doing this right? And is this slipper gonna work here? Is this gonna work there? Like, it's not like that. You're on the right path. You just have to see your intentions and see, you know, try to see the whole picture and understand that there's more than meets the eye. Obviously, like, not even more than meets the eye, but you know, what's underneath is different than what's on the surface. So I hope that resonated for you guys. Oops, I almost dropped it. For you guys. Let me know in the comments. You know, thanks for everyone that's been liking, commenting, and subscribing. That totally helps my channel grow. And if you haven't done that yet, I'd really suggest you do. That way you don't miss out on any content that I have. And it tells me what you guys, it tells me, oh my gosh, it tells me what you guys like hearing, what you guys are receiving. And also, speaking of receiving, yeah, this is fully like, it's time's fluid. So my intention is that you, my gosh, my intention is that I can close this box. My intention is that you get this reading, you hear it right when you can receive it the best, and if even still that, you know, you remember it, that it sticks exactly what's supposed to stick, it sticks with you, and you hear it exactly when you're supposed to. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to close boxes, so I might make less sense. But yeah, I will see you next time.